Hello, welcome back to my car cave. I finally got some new stuff in to review, more F1. As you know, I like to collect. This is the 2022 World Championship car from Max Verstappen, specifically the Mexican GP winning car. Um, I have a regular season, early season version of the Verstappen car, which we'll look at. But I was waiting specifically for this one or a late season one because I wanted the gold championship helmet for my championship collection. So this will be the official car that I ultimately put into my World Championship collection, which will be complete through 2022. The 2023 is out, but again, I'm waiting for more specific race. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get this out of the box. As you can see, this comes in a nice Minichamps box. It's a window box, which I like. It's handy for displaying. These are the smaller size boxes, even though it's still a racing car. Um, anyway, so like this is a normal box, normal price point, say versus some of the one-off ones that come in the nice clamshell boxes. Again, you can see it's a limited edition, 258 pieces. Not sure of the significance of that number of cars, but anyways, sometimes it's tied to the number of the car, sometimes it's the season, but anyways, nothing that I can pinpoint there. You got the Red Bull logo here, which is kind of the one you see at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. But a nice looking box overall, nice window box, again, which is probably my preference on standard collecting stuff. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get it out of the box, and we'll look at that. We'll also look at the early season car as well, and do some comparisons. Okay, now that we've gotten it out of the box, let's go ahead and pick it up and take a look at it. And my first comment is to you, this thing weighs a ton. And that's because it's die cast, not resin. So I will correct myself from my earlier statement. This is in fact die cast, not resin. Not sure why the manufacturers sometimes do resin and uh, die cast variants of the same car from the same season, but that does happen. And this is a diecast one, as typically indicated by the window boxes. The clamshell and the styrofoam boxes generally indicate that it's resin. Um, and because it is a diecast model, the wheels do spin. Now, they do not turn left or right. However, they do spin. I get a lot of comments about that on the resin models, and I don't know what the story is there, other than I think it has to do with the way the suspension pieces connect to the body of the car. I think it's just more fragile, and so they don't have spinning wheels per se. This is typical Minichamps quality. Again, a good, nice, solid, heavy diecast model. Good carbon fiber decaling everywhere, I believe. I think a lot of the cut lines are pretty good. They do them better on resin, which I think is why they do resin these days. But it's good. Um, Typical for the 2022 year, the rear wing does not have a split. It's just artificially indicated in there by a split decal, but it's one piece of plastic molding. Same up front. Many Champs has listened to its buyers, and they have worked on the rear wings for the 2023 cars, which we'll get into when I go over some of those. But the front wing's still the same. That said, again, nice looking helmet. This has the visor, the iridescent visor, kind of this greenish gold color. I'll have to check online to see whether that was an accurate color or not. They've got the antennas. This one appears to be maybe metal. I don't know. Could be plastic. This one is definitely plastic. Could be executed better if it was done in a photo etch part. Um, nice carbon fiber decaling on the wheel eyebrows, as well as the cameras here. Lots of carbon fiber decal here. I will say, like, if I had to complain about anything, on this car initially, I would say this black part here where the matte blue fades into black or turns to black. I believe that's probably carbon fiber on the real car. I'm going to look for a photo of that. And then also, right here, these cutouts, these intakes where the radiator here and the cowling above the driver's head. I wish they would do something better here to have a deeper set um, piece. I know it's a mold, so they got to put something in there, and they're not going to spend the money to put mesh in there. But anyways, it's kind of distracting. It looks that's probably the only real negative I would have about these particular models. Everything else looks really nice. Yeah. So, anyways, happy to have this in my 2022 collection as the World Championship car. Again, like it says, the late season with the gold helmet, which I really wanted. Um, but anyways, let's go ahead. I have an early season Spark version, and we'll go ahead and compare it against that. Okay, so here we have the Spark car, which is the early season car, and then behind it is the late season car. So anyway, just kind of wanted to point out, first of all, Spark lighter. It's a resin car. The wheels do not turn or spin. So that's something people ask, and that's traditional with the resin cars that we kind of discussed and discovered. Spark uses photo etched parts. It's super nice. Minichamps does not. Spark has these split wings. I've done a lot of talking to other videos about the difference between Minichamps and Spark, and so I don't want to get too much into the weeds on that. But yeah, this is a great model, a great representation of the early season of the car, season version of the car. You can see Max is wearing his traditional white and gold helmet that he wore that season. Largely, the cars look similar. However, the cowlings are very different. This cowling, when I looked at it and started really kind of thinking about it, really reminds me of some cars from the 2014 era, specifically the Mercedes Benz from Lewis's car. Yeah, I think at the Malaysian Grand Prix used a kind of wide cowling air outlet, um, which was kind of unique. This car looks pretty much like that. Red Bull was using something similar, a smaller kind of outlet in the back, but that 2012, 2013, 14 period of time, different than another car. So I kind of when I saw this kind of a throwback. So that's kind of different. Um, on the Spark, just as a side item, I was talking about the decals on the Minichamps being really good. Here you can see the clear decal connecting this decal to this decal to the Red Bull decal. That's not on the Minichamps. That's something Minichamps does really well, and you can even see kind of a clear outline in some of these Red Bull decals. That's just kind of a subtle difference between Minichamps and Red Bull, Minichamps and Sparks. Also, the tires are different. The Minichamps, as I always say, in my opinion, does a better job. One of the biggest differences is the size or the width of this stripe for the Pirelli. I think it's too wide on the Spark variants, so it just kind of makes it look a little off. I do think that Minichamps does a better job. So that's the early season car, and that's a Spark car. It's resin, it's light. The Minichamps again super heavy die cast, using this gold helmet, which I think is super cool. Um, I like to have kind of some of these one-off helmets, for these drivers. So it's why I waited so long to get what I would call my final car or car that I'm going to put in the 2022 World Championship collection, or the World Championship collection, the 2022 car representing that. Again, Minichamps here, lots of carbon fiber decaling here, carbon fiber decaling on the wheel eyebrows. That's not on the Spark. As we discussed, Minichamps has a single plane or a single mold to make these wings. That's something they just kind of stuck with, and it's unfortunate it does not look as good as the Spark, but it'll do. The carbon fiber, in my opinion, has done better. Rear wing, also single plane. However, for the 2023 cars, I'm noticing that they actually listened and split this piece into two parts. Now, again, Minichamps did not do any rear brake lights, so not sure what they're thinking there. Again, the wheels turn here. This cowling is much different than the earlier design. This is kind of this table, I refer to it the tabletop. I don't know what it's called. But that became very prevalent in the 2023 season designs, and a little bit in the 2024 as well. But again, initiated kind of by Red Bull here. So you can see it's much flatter. Got these air outlets cut in here. This is, just flat versus the original car, which is a little more sculpted in this area. Other than that, it's a good looking model. Again, I like this. I love the helmet on here. I think that looks great. I've got the matching helmet actually in 1/2 scale here. This has a red tint to it. On the car, it's kind of a green tint, but anyways, I think it's kind of nice to have the car and the helmet together for Max's 2 world titles at the time. Again, he wore this in the last few races of the season. The Mexico Grand Prix was, as we know, the race where he won his, I believe, his 14th race of the season, and that would break the record for most wins in a season, topping both Vettel and Schumacher, who were tied at 13. He would ultimately win 15 races that season of the 22 in what was a competitive season relative to what has happened last year and likely what is going to happen here in 2024. But anyways, this is a fantastic model. Super happy to have it in my collection. Again, it's die cast, which is kind of cool. Getting a lot of resin lately. Again, goes with my helmet. It's also very interesting to see it versus the Spark one. Not only to see Spark and Minichamps, but also just to see the difference for me personally in the aerodynamic designs that change over the course of the season. So anyways, that's a quick rundown of the car I'm going to have for my regular season Red Bull car and my championship collection. And if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe, hit like, and I'll have some more videos coming soon.